everybody, welcome back to the channel. And before we get into everything, I just want to say, as always, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you always know when you get my videos. And please, I want to reiterate, please hit that subscribe button. I would much appreciate it. Now, with all that out the way, today we're going to be reviewing a movie that I was so excited for and anticipating since the moment I saw the trailer, and that movie is The Northman. Now, this movie is directed by Robert Eggers, who is director of The Vivitch and The Lighthouse, and stars Alexander Skarsgård, Anna Taylor-Joy, Ethan Hawke, and Nicole Kidman. Now, I would be remiss if I didn't mention the fact that lately we as film lovers and movie lovers have been getting a slew of very great original content in things of like The Northman, and also movies like Everything Everywhere All at Once, which I will be having a review on the channel for, so stay tuned for that. But it's just a really great month in general for original and unique movies coming out in theaters, and The Northman is no different. This is a very unique and original film from director Robert Eggers. He has always had a very distinctive and singular, unique style, and this movie is no different. This is probably his biggest budget movie and biggest concept movie that he has done, and even himself has said this was much more of a straightforward harking of like a Hamlet Nordic story driven movie that he's done compared to his first two, and it really does show in this story and in this narrative. It is very straightforward. It is a revenge tale that feels familiar. It is a young boy who something happens to his father and he grows older to exact his revenge. Now, that is as much as I will say about the plot, because I don't want to say too much about it, but I will say that it is very much straightforward and nothing necessarily special, but that's not necessarily a negative. Now, this movie is also very well directed, and in the sense of like it is very surreal, is very majestic, is all very psychedelic, but it's also very well woven into the simple, straightforward narrative. You never get caught up too much in either side. Example of this where it falls a little bit too much is something like The Green Knight, which a movie I enjoy, but I can see how average moviegoer could get lost in the very left up for interpretation of this film type of movie, which The Green Knight was, which this is not. This is very much, you get what you see from the trailers, and what you see is a very brutal, very bloody, very violent movie, which it is. This is a very violent movie from start to finish, and if that is not your type of thing, then I would highly add a caveat if you still want to see this movie. It is very much violent and very much a true depiction of Vikings, which is they are very much savages and beasts and unruly, and they pillage and they take what they want and they kill, specifically kill women and children. It is multiple scenes in this movie that will have your jaw wide open, so just be prepared. But with that out the way too, Alexander Skarsgård is an absolute beast in this. This reminded me too of when he had kind of a primal type of portrayal in the movie Tarzan, but this is that, but times 10. He is an absolute hulking of a man in this, and he is a very much a blunt hammer. He is a blunt instrument trying to get his revenge, and nothing will get in his way. And as the story continues, you see a few obstacles that pop up in his place, some good, some bad, that he must force himself to pick between. But this is a very primal performance as well. He is very much at times screaming and yelling and just being a complete brute in this performance, and it's absolutely phenomenal the whole entire time. And Anya Taylor-Joy and Nicole Kidman and Bjork and Ethan Hawke are also phenomenal. Much have smaller roles. They all show up at different times in the movie, but all great in their performances. Even William Dafoe, who shows up in this for a short second is great, but Alexander Skarsgård is really the linchpin of this movie that holds it together with its narrative and its surrealist feeling. But this movie was so unique, so great, and not necessarily a feel-good movie, but it is very much leaves you with an emotional reaction at the end of it, and it's very much a palate cleanser for those of you who necessarily don't like the superhero movies or the comic book movies or the big action blockbusters that we're getting, and that's completely fine. And me personally, I love those superhero and comic book movies, but I do understand that people look for something different, and this movie is truly different, and I would highly recommend it and going see it in the theaters. Now, it does slow down at points and drags a little bit on with such violence and energy-filled scenes and scenarios. So it does feel like it slows down at certain points in times, and the score does drown out some of the dialogue at points in time. But besides that, it is phenomenal. And also, like I just mentioned, the score, besides those moments, the score is heart thumping and loud, and you can hear the drums, and it is a wonderful and pairs great with this, what type of movie this is, type of score that you feel in those moments when you're supposed to feel it. So overall, I really enjoyed The Northman, and I was blown away with my expectations. I was already anticipating this movie, and it met them or even exceeded them. So besides a little few slow moments like that, this is a phenomenal movie, and I highly recommend. And if I had to rate it, I would give it a 4.5 out of 5. Almost nearly great. So comment below, what is your favorite Viking movie or Viking TV show or whatever it is, or do you like or appreciate the true depiction of Vikings? Do you like violent, brutal, gory movies? Whatever it is, comment that below, and like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.